We're back. I'm your host, BKP. Sorry about the delay. Sorry about the way we got the start going on fyntv.com. There you go. Right there is all the ways to follow the show. So that being said, let me get back. I was talking about it right before the break. So let me get into this, okay? I want to know what is going on here, what is going on here? Now, listen, when I get a phone call, I got to take a brief break, okay? I'm trying to get a technical issue. It will only take a second. It's my promise it'll take a second. So as soon as I get a phone call, I've got to take a brief break to try to work out a technical issue in our office. And it's something I can do very quickly. So we'll just keep going. I want to know if the country, if they're wanting to put us into a civil war. Now, I'm serious. I'm very serious about that. Okay. If they want to put us into a civil war, is that what they want to have happen here? Okay. Because we got a couple tweets. Hold on. Just put my card up. Just put the card up over me. Don't go to commercial just for a second, please. Put the show card up. All right. We apologize for that delay. We apologize for what happened this morning. Actually, nothing big. Destiny's doing an outstanding job there producing the show. It's just there was an overlap show in the place of our show. So if you were going to fyntv.com, you were getting a broadcast delay. Okay. Now, if you go there, you're actually getting the show. So we apologize for what happened. That correction was made. We got a note that FYN TV was not working, although we go live on our YouTube channel, FYN TV Fetch Your News. It was working. There was a show overlapping it that we had to clear out. So we apologize for that inconvenience. Now, for those that have stuck around, apologies. Let's start all over there, show them how to get in touch with the show. And here's what I want to know this morning. Is there an attempt to cause a civil war in this country? Now, you might think that, I am totally out of line. All right. You may think that. But Mitch McConnell, and let's go here. Give me number, I had it up just a minute ago. And Mitch McConnell said, and I think I have it here. Let me see. Number 34. All right. McConnell said the Senate would likely meet 6 days a week during the trial, lawmakers said. the president could be impeached and removed from office by Christmas. Could happen. Very seriously, it could happen, right? Now, McConnell could change the rules. Remember, we've argued about the rules and argued about the rules. They could just vote not to take it up. But McConnell says he'll have no choice but to take up the impeachment trial. Now, not to go backward and spend a lot of time, okay? The House votes on the articles of impeachment. They create the articles of impeachment and the charges like a grand jury, okay? Now, the conviction is in the Senate. So some people are going to argue and say, well, I'm off the mark here or there. But generally what happens is you have a grand jury, you have a federal grand jury, then you have a House of Representatives, and they are somewhat like your grand jury. They write the articles of impeachment. Now, when they have impeached the president by voting on the articles they put in place, they're writing the articles, they're meeting behind closed doors to write these articles. Then it'll get sent over to the Senate for a trial. It will then be called a trial. The House of Representatives right now is an impeachment inquiry, much like a grand jury works, okay? When it gets to the Senate, it will be a trial. Now, the trial in the Senate is just that. It's a trial. If you're convicted, you go to jail. In this case, if you're convicted and voted on, you get booted out of the White House. Now, I don't say this in a joking manner. I'm just wondering if the First Lady Melania and the President of the United States really needs to be putting out their holiday ornament this year. I'm just telling you. You will go back to this date, 10/17, and you will say, "Oh, I was so wrong on this date down the road." I hope I am. But I'm just telling you the possibilities and the direction they're going. And do you trust this guy on the screen? It will be 6 days a week, a trial. Now, they will put the Senate trial on TV. Oh, yeah, that'll go on TV. Okay. What is the difference? Let's see. What is the difference? The trial will be on the articles of impeachment. The articles of impeachment will be written in a way that the Senate, Republican senators, really will not be able to call witnesses to refute the articles because they've been written in a way. I mean, you're going to have articles of impeachment and nobody's going to say, okay, let's call Hunter Biden. You're going to have articles of impeachment and nobody's going to say, okay, let's call Joe Biden. Not going to happen in the Senate. So here's a quick tweet. Let's do this. Number one. Okay. This is a Mitch McConnell tweet. Washington Democrats have been engaged in a 3-year-long impeachment parade in search of a rationale. Prominent House Democrats were promising impeachment at the very beginning of the presidency. Fairness and due process, not their objectives here. So he's gonna put himself in a position that he's gonna be the one of fairness and due process. Just saying, okay? Number two, already House Democrats' impeachment inquiry is violating norms and precedent. They are denying Republicans and President Trump the same rights that Democrats and President Clinton received during those impeachment proceedings. We know that. We know Adam Schiff is doing it behind closed doors. We know that the Republicans cannot call witnesses. We know that the president cannot have a legal defense team in the room. We know all of that. It's done behind closed doors. But, you know, McConnell, it's going to hit the Senate. What are you going to do with it? So let me go with that. Let me get a couple more here. All right. And we'll go to Sondland going to speak today. I want to stay on Mitch McConnell for just a second. All right. I'll have it here. We'll talk about the meltdown, the Nancy Pelosi meltdown, a little later. Now, let me say this. Number 24. GOP senators meet to discuss Trump's impeachment defense. Impeachment defense. Trump's GOP senators. I'm just saying. Did we trust Lindsey Graham too soon? I'm just saying. I don't know. Okay. Let me get to one more. Here's one I want you to look at as we're talking about impeachment. Okay. I know Sondland is going to testify behind closed doors, but I'm talking about what the media is trying to do and what I talk about hashtag deep state corporate corrupt media, right? I talk about the Democrats. I leave out Republicans from time to time. Number 32. Okay, Gallup poll. America's highest support for impeachment and removal. What did I tell you last week? What did I tell you 2 weeks ago? What did I say? What did I say that Fox News poll? 51%. Remember I focused that day on removal? And I said, I did it just like this. I said, impeachment, the House of Representatives. Removal, the Senate. That's where they were going. The Fox News poll has been proven to be inaccurate, a bad polling sample. Okay. Nobody talking about that. No. See, when Fox News came out with their 51% want him impeached and removed, everybody said, it's Fox. So MSNBC ran the polling data, NBC, ABC, CBS ran it, CNN ran the data, Fox News. Nobody's retracted that data. Or, I would think if I'm MSNBC, I would like to jump on the bandwagon that Fox is wrong. Okay. Fox seems to run stories where, like Project Veritas, where we know for a fact that CNN and Jeff Zucker, the president, is corrupt, right? Here's the poll on the screen. Number 32, America's highest support for impeachment and removal. Trump, 52. Now, this is what they're trying to sell. It's a narrative. Look at Nixon, 1974, 58%. That's what I have said. I have on record 3 years now since the president has become or sworn in as the president, since Donald J. Trump has been sworn in as president of the United States. I have been on record saying they want the Richard Nixon picture, which I have showed over and over for 3 years, of Donald Trump leaving on Marine One, okay, from the White House lawn, just like Richard Nixon. So polling data, and if you start listening to Woodward and the alcoholic, alleged alcoholic, okay, Bernstein, okay, I'm just saying that, my opinion. If you listen to them, it was up to a certain percent that the senators, okay, Nixon resigned. This is just really quick. You can go look for it. Nixon resigned once the polling data came in. And actually, Barry Goldwater from Arizona said, you're out, man. Senators are going to vote against you, Mr. President. You're out. Okay. Once the polling came in high enough in August of 1974, 58%, that's when Nixon said, I better just resign because they will remove me. You notice it's 52 and Clinton is 35. Wondering why Clinton is 35. So 58%. Now, I'm going to get off this, but I want you to remember as they're pushing this narrative, obviously it's on TV, they're going to push it all day, and they're going to run down the halls of the Capitol and say, Nixon was at 58, Trump is at 52. What is the actual percent that you think you need to see in polling to where you start thinking maybe I should vote to remove the president? Oh, yeah, it's every day. Now, let me say what happened in 1974, and let's get this clear. 1974, we were still in a pretty much of a, all right, I'm going to say something that I'm not going to regret. I just know it's going to get me in trouble. Where did they get their polling data in 1974? Where are they getting their polling data in 2019? Well, in 1974, they were probably dialing a home phone that was on the kitchen wall because America now did not yet have the luxury of cell phones. And we did not have the luxury of two phones in the house, very few. And there was still the Ma Bell hanging on the kitchen wall phone that you had with the long cord that you could try to get to 3 different rooms. 1974, polling data probably came from home phone lines. So at night, still we're in a percentage where majority of Americans, I'll say this, I didn't look it up, are one person in the home working. Dad's out at work all day, so he can't take phone calls. Intercom, Johnny, get off forklift. Come in here and take a poll. They just called, wanted to know if you think Nixon should be able to be. I'm busy, man. I know. I'm just saying. I don't know. Where did they get the numbers in 1974? Now, I know if they called my mom in 1974, my mom picked up the phone and said, they said, do you want the president impeached? Let me ask you a question. If we get Nixon out of there, can we go back to my soap operas in the afternoon while I'm doing my laundry? Yes, we go right back to that. Get his ass out of there. I want to see my soap operas. You don't like that. You didn't agree with that. And you probably got mad at me. I don't care because I was a kid watching impeachment and hearing my mom complain that her soap operas were preempted again by this breaking news and watching impeachment hearings. So that being said, this is what they want right here, 52. Now, my concern is, all right, we go back, okay, number 35, the Washington Post, McConnell tells Senate Republicans to be ready for impeachment trial of Trump. Okay. And number 36, MSNBC again, impeachment. GOP senators meet to discuss Trump's impeachment defense. Number 37, McConnell tells Senate Republicans to be ready for impeachment. Some senators, however, push back against the ideal, arguing that Trump would assume that those who did not sign the document would be presumably on a vote to oust him. So they want to send a letter over and say, hey, Nancy, we don't think impeachment, you're going to send it over here. We're not going to impeach the guy. Not everybody wants to sign. Just saying. And I see if I have it here. Number 48, this is how they opened at 5 a.m. this morning on MSNBC. Impeachment inquiry ramps up. And number 49, Mitch McConnell, they go right into it first thing this morning. And the White House meltdown yesterday. So here's all I'm going to say. Impeachment, the president, you just need to know, and we will discuss this more. You need to know this morning, and I need to know from you, do you trust Mitch McConnell? Because the House of Representatives, behind closed doors, without you knowing what's happening, Adam Schiff, the corruption. We could go through the whole list of Ukrainian witnesses. You know as well as I do, they're trying to take Rudy Giuliani down now. Rudy broke so much of this. He did the heavy lifting. He went out front at the media. Now they're trying to take Rudy Giuliani down. They have run cover trying to say that Joe Biden and his son did nothing illegal. Anderson Cooper said before he asked the question to him, to give Biden a chance to clear things up. Well, we know you're not been found guilty. We know you're not, we know you're not corrupt. We know your son's not corrupt. We know that this is all just something been made up. But what do you say to it anyway? Considering you're in the clear. We know that. We know that the House is yelling louder and louder impeachment behind closed doors, and are going to come out with articles of impeachment that you and I will have no idea how they came to these efforts. You are only hearing what the Democrats come out and say that these witnesses, Sondland, the other witnesses, said during the closed door testimony. We won't have this transcript for what, years? Why can it not be released? That's why we need a Republican-led House of Representatives to release these transcripts ASAP after this election in 2020. Maybe too late. What will the Senate do? I'm not going to harp on this. I want to know, because I'm going to tell you something. If, you may think I've lost my mind, but if the House votes to impeach, I think they will, okay? It goes to the Senate. They're already preparing for the trial, all right? How come there's not enough? How come it's not loud enough about what the Democrats are doing? If you don't believe in the deep state media, I am sorry, you are so mistaken, okay? Because there should be open public hearings like today with Sondland going in, and I'll bring up some of the things every witness that goes in, the media, the crooked media, release what they think the witness will say. And then afterwards, they pick out a couple things and they throw them out there, and this is what they did say. The only thing, Trump's not guilty of anything. In their eyes, the guilt is he doesn't do it their way. He just picks up the phone and calls, says what he wants to say. It says, hey, Rudy, do me a favor. Go over there and check it out. Tell the State Department you're going. So sadly enough, it was okay for Dennis Rodman to go to North Korea. Don't take that wrong. No, Rudy, if you're watching, I did not call you Dennis Rodman. But it's okay for Dennis Rodman to go to North Korea. It's okay in other matters. But, Rudy has some dealings over there in the UK, and we're going to bring him down. Do you trust Mitch McConnell? And let me tell you something. Should Melania Trump be putting up the tree this year? I mean, maybe Mike Pence is going to be moved in for the Christmas presents. Maybe that's their game plan. Bring Pence in just in time. Because I'm going to tell you, if you're out by Christmas, that gives you enough time, okay? Gives you enough time to end the year and start with a new candidate. Who would be Pence's running mate? I know you don't like the discussion, but don't forget Mitch McConnell, which I do not trust. Don't forget Mitch McConnell, which I do not trust. I said that twice like a broken record. Don't forget Mitch McConnell, which I do not trust, said that the hearing would be, they could have that done by Christmas. You find 60 senators. You get the polling up, okay? You look at this right here. I'm telling you, this is what they're looking for. Give me number. Well, just a minute, Destiny. Give me number 32. Look at 52 to 58. They're pushing it every day. And for those of you out there that keep Fox News on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, don't forget Fox was the big push that got this ball rolling. 51% say, the American people say they want to see Trump removed. Okay? Give me number 31. Number 31, 52%. Gallup poll just out. Up 7 points since June. Should President Trump be impeached and removed from office? Yeah, Fox News, they ran that. Fox News got this rolling really good. The removal side. Is Trump done? Mitch McConnell, do you trust him? If the vote in the Senate today was in private, I believe they would remove the President of the United States. I believe those career senators are in a room now saying, how the hell do we get out of this guy? Let me tell you what I think's happening. Their career senators are in a room now saying, how the hell do we get this guy out of office? Put Pence in, get a vice president. Pence would have to have a vice president. See, Nikki Haley, I don't know, just saying, a vice president that the American people will accept and not cause bloodshed. I'm sorry to say it that way. Not cause bloodshed, uprising in this country, and people could be okay and move on. And we can get the White House back. That's right. First of all, it's not possible. I hope it doesn't come to that. I hope this country does not go into an actual civil war, but I don't trust Mitch McConnell. I'm your host, BKP. I'm going to take a brief break. We got a lot more to go over. Sorry about the inconvenience at the beginning of the show. Got it corrected. Let's take a break so I can get a bottle of water.